I think for the first time in years, the Apple Watch is actually interesting again, because when Apple announced the new Series 9 and Ultra 2 models this year, one of the biggest features pretty much ever just dropped out of the blue. It's called Double Tap. You pinch your fingers together and you can engage with the content on screen in a way that doesn't require you to actually touch the device at all. So it came out in the watchOS 10.1 beta, and I've now spent many days with it. Let me show you how it works. Starting off with a watch face, you can double tap and view the new widget view in watchOS 10, which admittedly I don't find myself scrolling down to all that much, but just to get a snippet of news or a broader look at the weather, being able to do that with just your fingers is pretty nuts. The second, though, and way more useful application is engaging with notifications as they pop up throughout the day. For example, I was cooking the other night and a friend's activity notification popped up. Using double tap completely hands-free, I was able to reply to the message, dictate what I wanted to say, and send the message without touching my watch. That frictionless experience, it is really cool. And it's something that genuinely impressed me. The third and final way you use double tap is inside of apps. For example, if you're trying to set a timer, you can double tap to either start that timer or stop it. Or in the music app, for example, you can double tap with the watch and it will start playing music. However, double tap is great when it's enabled in what you're doing with things like notifications. But some apps, for whatever reason, inexplicably, just don't have any way to use double tap whatsoever. For example, you know how you can double tap to continue to scroll through your widgets? I assume that in the activity app, for example, I'd be able to scroll through all of my rings and see different information. Nope, you can't. It's not enabled in the activity app at all. Completely useless. If you want to see information just by double tapping, it's like it doesn't exist as a feature in general. Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna try another app on my watch to where I see the exact same thing again. It doesn't scroll, it doesn't go to your top selected item here, it just does nothing. And you'll find this is so frustrating as it actually starts to become part of your routine to double tap and use that feature a lot. When you become so accustomed to something and it doesn't work, it adds an additional layer of friction that I didn't actually have before getting the new watches that enable this feature. It's honestly clear that this feature was not really supposed to launch when it did, but Apple needed something compelling for this year's watches. And I don't say that like I have some kind of inside info, by the way. It's just pretty obvious that when you announce the main feature for the product doesn't ship with the product on day one, and at the time of me recording this, it's not even out publicly. Yeah, you had to cut some corners to ship that thing. So again, when double tap is there, when it's in the thing that you want to do and it just works seamlessly, it's incredible, right? It's a step change for the Apple Watch. At the end of the day, something is definitely better than nothing for double tap, but it's still a weird mix of functionality that just doesn't feel fully fleshed out. I feel the same way broadly about the new bands this year, which are actually the same bands, just in different colors. And I've tried all three of these, and the Trail Loop is what I use for running, but fabric and sweating a lot, they just never go great together, and that's actually why I partnered up with Casetify, who sponsored today's video, to show you their brand new bounce bands, which are by and large the best bands for working out that I have ever touched. These are all new from Casetify, and they feature a new geometric ventilation design. And the material choice here is great as well. It's made from a high performance elastomer, which is exactly what you want to see for a workout band like this. It's made to be sweat in, it doesn't soak anything up, and it's got a really good rigidity with just enough stretch to make it comfortable. It's also just really easy to put on. Some of Apple's bands, especially their rubber ones for the Ultra, they're not easy or quick to put on. As I was talking, I didn't even think about it, and I did it. That is not something I can say about some of Apple's bands. It's a small thing, but it is nice to see. Honestly, it's the first time ever that I've been wearing a third-party Apple Watch band that I enjoy. And listen, I'm not just saying this to say this. I took the band out on a run. I was using the black version here just because it matched my outfit better for the day, and it was really good to run with. Not only did it look really nice on my arm, it kept me cool the entire run, and it's incredibly lightweight as well. It's, again, the exact band I've been looking for working out. It's this bounce band from Casetify. Now, all this being said, well, this is my personal favorite. They have other options as well. There are the impact bands that are a bit more low-key with some fun designs on them. And if you want something really premium, they have the stainless steel band, which they sent me one of these as well. And yeah, if you're looking to stun, if you're going out and you want something legitimately nice looking, the stainless steel bands are the way to go. Whether you're doing an intense workout, going out for a casual night, or going to a fancy dinner, there is a Casetify band for you. And guys, when you go to casetify.com/AppleTrack, you can get 15% off of your order. Huge thank you to Casetify for sponsoring this video. We have been working together for years now, and I do work with a lot of companies, admittedly, but we have a really good relationship. They get it. They give me creative freedom, which is so nice. A lot of companies don't do that. They even had me out in LA earlier this year for a special event. So I just really appreciate them. And when they make the best band that I've ever touched, I'm grateful that I get paid to talk about it as well. So again, link down below. Okay, now back to the Apple Watch Ultra 2, which admittedly does have a couple of other nice improvements. The screen now goes up to 3000 nits, which year over year is an improvement of 50%. The screen just gets ridiculously bright, and while it's kind of hard to see between the Ultra 1 and the Ultra 2 on camera, you can see it with your eye, and it's nice. It's not game-changing, but it's nice. If you lose your iPhone, it's now easier to find it with the Apple Watch Ultra 2 thanks to the new U2 chip inside. You just tap and hold on your phone like you're trying to ping it, and it will pop up with a Find My-like UI that will show you down to the foot exactly where your watch is gone. And honestly, while it is kind of a gimmick, it does work pretty well. It'll show you where your watch is, and it's kind of fun at the end of the day. I mean, I don't lose my phone a lot. I also have a smaller-ish apartment, so it's not a thing for me. But if you lose your phone a lot, it'll be a nice little upgrade. It's both on the Ultra 2 and the Series 9. And I already mentioned the S9 chip. That's what enables double tap. But the watch, I can't believe I'm saying this, it does actually feel faster this year. And this year that is actually notable because the speed of the Apple Watch had not changed for the past 3 years since the Series 6 in 2020. So if you buy this watch today, yeah, it's going to remain snappier for longer compared to the last Ultra or even the Series 8 watch. And if you push watchOS 10 to its limits, it's something that you can actually see. The new S9 chip is a fryer. If you need to fry on your Apple Watch, I don't think I do. I don't think most other people do. But if you need more processing power for your Apple Watch, that's on the Ultra 2 as well. The new chip also makes Siri faster, so if you use your watch to set reminders and timers, it is quicker. It's not as fast as I'd want it to be. It seems like there's still just a second or fraction of a second lag that doesn't feel necessary to me. And finally, that S9 chip has also improved battery life for me. Not significantly, but to the point where I have notice it. It's based on a better nanometer architecture, which means it's more efficient. And the battery life that was already insane, easily 2 days on the Apple Watch Ultra 1, 2.25 days on the Ultra 2. Like right now, I've used this the entire day. I'm at 77%. Used this since I woke up, went for a 2-mile run, used it throughout the day, not even a quarter of the battery gone. Maybe that's the story of the Ultra 2 that nobody's talking about, that Apple themselves didn't talk about because they claim the battery life is the same. All of this to say, I really enjoyed the Apple Watch Ultra 2. I just hope they make double tap better because that is really the part of this and the Series 9 that could just be, it could be game changing. And right now it's like game cool. It's cool. Like the game's better because of it, but the game's not changed, you know? All right, I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Again, check out Casetify. That's the most exciting part of this watch. Let's be honest, the new bounce bands. Link down below at casetify.com/AppleTrack. I've been Sam. Hope you're doing well. Catch you in the next one. Peace.